Hey, Mikkel. I can see that there's sort of an underlying issue in your hips that is stopping you, I think, from rotating smoothly, and it looks to me like you're jamming. Your body is getting jammed onto your hip, and this actually gets a little bit complicated to fix because the hips, they're not just a locked into place kind of thing that can move like this. There's multiple angles that happen here. And so what I would suggest is when we see you from behind, what I want to do is I'd want to get into this position where my butt is out through the backswing, hip is out this way. Then we call this the downswing, okay? So coming back forward, I'm going to settle onto the front side and my butt has to remain out. The whole swing takes place. The whole forward swing, from downswing to extension forward, has to take place when you're settled on this front hip. Okay? But it isn't just keeping the butt out the whole time. It's going to go back, settle, still back, and as we start to extend forward, this right butt cheek is basically staying through that plane, and then at the very last second, as the disc is coming forward, the hips come forward, and that changes how you can rotate your hips. You can continue forward more if you bring your hips forward. If you leave your butt back through the extension, your hips get stuck at about this angle. If I push my hips forward, I can continue rotating them forward and release my toes and I'm forward. So from this direction, it looks like this. Butt back, backswing, hips through this plane, they're on this side of the plane. Forward, settle on this front side, settled up. My hips are still back. Now I've got my downswing, bringing it in to the center chest. Extending forward and the hips come forward. I can come out of that back plane now. Hips come forward and my chest is in front of my hips. If I don't get forward with my hips here, I stay back here, this is it. I can't twist anymore. Bring the hips forward, and I can still twist. From this direction. Okay, so then how do we get this feeling? Because right now it looks to me like you're having a real struggle with making the whole throw from the front side, okay? What I would suggest is just plant it on the front side and then just get used to this feeling. As opposed to feeling like right now you're doing a throw with your off arm that is kind of like you're trying to grab a phone book with two hands and rip it in half. But you're sort of stuck a little bit too far back. So when we force you onto your front side, you're like, I don't know how to get any momentum going. Okay, so this is just the feeling of if we had something heavy in our hands and we were just swinging back and forth on our front leg.